So time is short, so we'll cut quickly to the chase. And I'm asking this question as someone from India. In India, often we say that, we live in a very troubled neighborhood. We do not choose the friends and allies our partners make, our neighbors make.
You do not use...
We do not choose.
The sound is not very clear. You do not choose.
No country has a choice of what friends or allies its neighbor is going to make. And they can be sometimes uncomfortable allies and friends. But we don't go to war over it. Now, what is it that leads Russia into this long, protracted war about NATO expansion?
Well, I assume that the people who assembled here, they are political scientists. They are interested in following the international developments. And if this is the case, then for the last 20-some years, they should have understood the reasons why we are concerned about the Western policy towards Russia very well. Yesterday, I think, the French ambassador to Israel, who was personally participating in the discussions between the Western leaders and Gorbachev, he confirmed that there was a commitment not to expand NATO. And then he added, but this does not mean that Russia is right in what it is doing in Ukraine. But between the lie about not expanding NATO and the events which started 1 year ago, there were so many developments which you cannot overlook. The lies continued, including the lies not about some oral promises, but about some commitments on paper. In OSCE, Organization of Security and Cooperation in Europe, during a summit in Istanbul in 1999, the political declaration was signed by the presidents and the prime ministers, which said security is indivisible, and the OSCE participants are all committed to equal and indivisible security. Then they stated that each country is free to choose alliances, but in doing so, no country can strive to strengthen its security at the expense of the security of others. And then another principle was signed by the presidents and the prime ministers, according to which no country and no organization in the OSCE region can pretend to dominate militarily. If you read it again, it's clear that NATO violated all these commitments. By the way, it was in 1999, and then it was repeated in 2010 at another OSCE summit in Kazakhstan. And when we started to ask questions, guys, you committed yourself not to increase your security at the expense of our security, can you stop expanding NATO? They said, well, this is just political commitment.
But Minister, what
wait
does
a second.
Wait
a second. Look, if you ask the question which I'm trying to answer, that means that you don't know what I'm telling you now. So